Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we're back from the brand new video. A brand new video in a brand new location in a brand new freaking country, alright? That's a lot of brands. It's looking a bit like B&M's in here, and speaking it in here, I apologise, the lighting's no great, the sound might not be great. I'm trying my best here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we are in Germany, having reacted and lived through the emotion, the drama, the suspense, the sadness, and also the positivity in that as well. And the longer you watch today's video, you'll see every single one of them intertwining. This is what I like to call a game recap. But before we do go any further on with today's video, if you are going to stick through with all the actual changes, I just want to shout out 32 Red and Rangers for helping making this all possible. It was an incredible game, incredible experience, and of course, not quite an incredible result, but it might be, ladies and gentlemen, because that is one round down. But it's a 2-round fight. And aye, that's honestly what's gone round the old noggin right now, people. And that's why I like doing the videos the way that we do it here on the channel. I know vlogs are the age and every Tom, Dick and Harry's doing them and that these days. But I like to watch the game, let it digest a little bit, think about it, and then come here and have a conversation with me. And we've done it for years, and I think this is a perfect example of a game to date, because if you're reacting live to it right at the full-time whistle, you're gutted about conceding that goal later on, especially with it being, let's be fair, it's an absolute wonder goal in itself, 84th, 85th minute, whenever it actually was, and you would be frustrated, you would be annoyed. But again, to me, I think we got every single thing we wanted to achieve from that first leg. And I think if you look at Giovanni's tactics, the way we set up and how we went about our business, that's exactly what happened and what we got from the game, because we set out to keep it alive going in to Ibrox, because again, you can't win a two-legged tie in the first leg, but you can sure as hell lose it, ladies and gentlemen, and we certainly didn't do that, with the scoreline being Red Bull Leipzig 1, Rangers 0. So that's my feeling overall about the game. A lot more to actually come. I fancy our chances and that, and I think when you think to how this game went in terms of starting a front two-ish of Ryan Kent and Scott Wright, especially in a European semi-final with no recognised striker on the actual part. You've got Kamal Roof coming back next week, you've got Aaron Ramsey coming back. That's a lot more firepower to add to the Rangers machine, alongside bringing it back to our house, our home, our fans, and our chance to make a European final. So again, it's no great losing, but I'm not going to throw my toys out the pram. And some people might say, but if you think back to when you lost 1-0 in the first leg versus Braga, you were upset and you were a little bit down. But to me, they're completely different, because up to that point when we got beat 1-0 off Braga away from home, we were playing terrible. You know what I mean? Like, we were struggling, we didn't look like we really knew what we were doing. But now we can see our style, we're GOAT players coming right, we know where we are in terms of injuries and everything like that. We're welcoming in players back. So there is a distinct difference, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not going to be too harsh on the team as we translate in to the game recap, because there's not actually too much to break down, because the game was exactly what we talked about in yesterday's preview video, because people was quick to mock and laugh and say this aged well and do wee clips and everything like that online when something doesn't go right. But if you watch yesterday's preview video, we said it was going to be an ugly game. No much football going to be played, and it's going to be stressful. Tick, 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 people, because that was a hard watch at times. And I know some people's taking digs at us online and saying this and everything like that, but I just think that's absolute nonsense, because yes, did we drag that game down for the potential football and spectacle into a dirty, grindy, fight me if you want to beat me type of game? Yes, yes we did, ladies and gentlemen. But where we're getting criticised for that, you're seeing the likes of Atletico Madrid and Villarreal's Champions League runs be praised and applauded, and Diego Simeone's a genius for the way he can take games away from teams and make it a fight. But now we're doing that and we're getting criticised. It doesn't really make too much sense. But that's just how I see this type of game in a European semi-final. Again, if you want to disagree and say we should have been more attacking, we should have done this, we were far too defensive, say that in the comment section below. There's no right or wrong opinions here on the channel. It's a football and conversation, and that is why we do it. But moving in, again, the first half, no lot to talk about. Really, really ugly game, but I do feel like there is a couple of things that I want to discuss, because the dirty side of the game doesn't always get praised, but for me, there was a couple of big moments defensively. The first one being Connor Golton, spectacular in my opinion in this game of football. Very, very tough player, one of the most informed players in Europe he was up against, coming into this game with 50 goal contributions in 46 games. Connor Golton, pretty much pocketed him until the second half when that mess actually happened, but he was right on form in the 17th minute with a beautifully timed slide challenge block as the Red Bull player is driving at the box. He's ready to ping on Alan McGregor, but Connor Goldson, very, very big defensively, putting his body on the line with a perfectly timed slide challenge. And speaking of perfectly timed, about 13 minutes after that, again, no too much to talk about from Rangers. Shape, discipline, a little bit disappointing with maybe, again, I didn't want to be too harsh, but for me, if there was one weak link in the squad, it was by far Scott Wright. Sorry to say that, and I'm not trying to dig anybody out or anything like that, but I just felt like he didn't do enough when he had the ball, he didn't do enough off the ball. That's a big chance starting a European semi-final. I doubt he'll be starting next week. His inability to get involved in the game and maybe just match the energy and running of the likes of Ryan Kent on the left-hand side did leave a wee bit of free rein down the channel. They were going after Tavernier, they were doubling up on Tavernier, quite a lot, forcing Jacko to come out, which was causing another space, and that eventually led to the 30th minute where a ball kind of gets chipped in, for what I can remember. I think it's really poorly defended by Barisic, who tried to header it up and away, but he just kind of headers it straight to the Leipzig player. He drills it in, it kind of falls to the back post, and Tavernier, I think is brilliant here. First with a header and then getting himself perfectly placed. I know they're screaming for handballs, but they were also dolphin diving like it was Black Ops 2 every 2 seconds. That for me was very, very good defending for the skipper in both occasions over that maybe 90 seconds in the game, and he doesn't get praised a lot for defensive his attributes, but for me he was brilliant tonight. And that's it for the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I told you it was the very pretty, and I'm not going to waste anybody's time by mentioning it or trying to say that it is. So we go into the second half, but again, we all had the exact same mindset, people. No, right now. I mean, most of the guys that I spoke to and everything like that when we were going out and everything like that, we all sat and said, you know what, a 0-0 or a score draw or even losing the game 1-0 isn't the worst results, and it would actually be a very good thing to bring in. So at half time, I'm thinking to myself, if I had the wee remote control for Click and I was Adam Sandler, fast forward this bad boy, let's get the 0-0, get out of here, and we can play that shithousery if it gets us there. But to Giovanni's credit, it didn't sit with that defensive thing where it was mostly, I don't know if you saw this, but for me it was kind of a 5-3-2. In the first 45 minutes with Kent and Wright as the sort of two, and they kept dropping in and trying to counter that way. But the way we started the second half is we took it to more of a 5-4-1 with Joe Aribo leading the line, which was completely different. And I actually think that took Red Bull by surprise, and they couldn't cope with that because we actually had someone able to hold the ball up and bring it in. Something we didn't have at all. Again, we got on the ball in a couple of good positions, but everyone was bouncing off. Score right, we were doing nothing with it. But big Joe Aribo, who again didn't have his best game, but at least he was getting on it, holding up and making things happen. Because if you look at the way the second half started, it was us on the front foot. 50th minute, I'm up, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to get some of these because the ball gets zipped out to Ryan King. You know how dangerous he is. He fakes to go right, he fakes to go left, he fakes to go right again. He goes left, he unleashes a shot cross. And for me, I think if we've got a striker on the park here, sorry if the camera keeps going buzzy as well, by the way, I do apologise. I'll try and stop moving, but I just get excited and I like talking to you. But for me, that shot cross for Ryan Kent, if we've got a centre forward with a brainier centre forward on the actual park, I think there's a run to the back post and we might have scored that goal. But if you go back and look at it, everyone's flat-footed, everyone wants it just right to them right now. There's no striker instincts on the park, so we're a wee bit disappointed with the actual outcome there. But again, at least we were creating things, and then Tavernier had a pop as well. Ryan Kent had a pop when he cut inside, forced the goalkeeper. From my angle, I thought it was going in, so I was like, yeah, oh, it's straight up like that. But again, we were asking questions. But where I did praise Giovanni's first tactical change of the game, the second one never really quite worked out, despite for me it being the right substitution with Sakala coming on for Scott Wright, who again was very, very poor all afternoon. But I thought it was actually working with Joe Rebo being the focal point, maybe putting Sakala on the right hand side with Kent on there. That probably would have worked. Again, it's easy to say in hindsight, but I just thought Joe Rebo just being that physical option was bringing a lot out. As soon as we swapped it back out and put Sakala up there, we just lost that physicality, and for me we lost the little bit of control we started to gain in the game, and it started to fall away again, everything started to bounce off, and then they showed their quality, and the way they nearly hurt us was just a nothing long ball, and it's really, really unfortunate. I'm not sure who misses the header, and if it's Connor Golton, and I've said that, I apologise, but I don't think it is. It might be Big Scouse John. But anyway, John has a wee nibble at wee Chrissy, as we like to call him here on the channel, because in Kulu doesn't sound right coming out my mouth, and I do feel like I'm offending everyone on planet Earth. So wee Chrissy goes through, I'm thinking, McGregor, you need to get this. And then McGregor goes down, and then I'm saying, McGregor, didn't get this, because it's a penalty kick. He goes round him, I'm like, fair play. I'm expecting that quality, but thankfully, ladies and gentlemen, he rockets it ere the bar, and I celebrated him hitting that ere the bar as if Ryan Jack had hit one for 35 yards out right in the top bin, because it felt like a goal. You know what I mean? Like the relief of that. So him missing that bona fide sitter was like, yes, we got away with it. Let's get back to this now. But we never really, ladies and gentlemen, again, we had wee moments and potential counter-attacks with Joe Rebo getting on the ball, but then Sakala would maybe make the wrong run because I don't think he knows what he's doing when he's central. How do you feel about Sakala? For me, I think Sakala always looks better when he's able to drift in from an outside position, if that makes any freaking sense. When he's supposed to lead the line, I don't think he's a clue, and you can see Tavernier losing his cool and being like, run forward, stop coming back. And everything like that. That was another case where we had a counter-attacking opportunity. It breaks down because Sakala wants to go one way, Aribo wants him to go the other. Wee things like that. And then in the 75th minute of the game, it's a kind of aimless ball crossed into the back post. Barisic doesn't do enough to deal with it, and it ends up being headed just wide, where again, that was a warning sign. But unfortunately, we didn't quite learn through the warning signs. And again, at some point, you do need to admit, we're playing a team in the European semi-final. They're going to get chances. 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to score, especially on their patch. I mean, look at the other semi-finals in every competition so far. I think everyone has scored, so you're expecting that for a home team, and it ends up coming forced by a McGregor. Very good save, by the way. Shot from outside the box. I'm thinking, right, he saved it. Then he went out for a corner, and I swear, this is what I was doing. I was going, yes, McGregor. Oh, it's a corner. And then I just sat like this, and I can't explain my fear every single time. Now, I've not seen too many angles of this. I don't think McGregor can come for us. You can correct me in the comment section below, but I think it's Kamara and Lundstrom, and between the two of them, it's kind of powder puff header. It just falls right out. You need to get that far and away if you're heading. You can't header it back into a dangerous position. But even saying that and being critical of the header, sometimes you need to just hold your hand up and say, that there is just sheer quality. It's a wonder goal, ladies and gentlemen, by a fullback as he buries it into the back of it. Is there questions of offside? Is the guy standing in front of Alan McGregor? Is it similar to the Milan goal? Probably. But again, I'm not seeing too many angles or anything like that. This video is going to be uploaded at 3:30 in the morning. For me, I look at it as we conceded a wonder goal, and that's what it took to beat Rangers, the spirited Rangers side who is decimated with injuries, but who went to a semi-final in a tough environment versus the most informed team left in the Europa League. And again, it took a wonder goal to beat us. And aye, that's all I've really got to say about the game of football. Sorry if this is terrible quality and the sound's awful. I'll not know until I'm actually editing this, so apologise for the quality maybe being a wee bit lower. But aye, I think we maybe have lost the battle, but the war's still there to be won, and it's all set up nice for another electrifying European performance at home. Can we repeat it again? I certainly hope so, ladies and gentlemen. And aye, before I wrap up today's video, I just want to shout out wee McTaggart. I obviously met him at this game. He's been a long time since I'm talking about a long time. I mean, he's been subscribed to this channel and been a part of the comment section and that since your boy had black hair here, people. That's how long he's been a subscriber to the channel. So we had a wee conversation and everything like that. It was very, very nice, and to everyone else I met and everything at the game, and the laughs and the songs and everything like that, it was a great experience, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it would have been the perfect, maybe it would have been too perfect to get the result the night, but we got a result, and it's set up for that home game next week. Win it, and we're in a European final. Right, that's just how I feel about the game. What about you? Make sure you let me know down in the comment section below about the game, about next week. Are you confident? Let us know. I've been Sieging over 9 and 2. This has been Germany, people. We went international nation. We are gone places. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. All the best, and bye-bye.